everyone. Today I am going to discuss about the MSN 2 for the GNM second years. So today unit 9 nursing management of patient with the musculoskeletal disorders. So today we are going to discuss about the tuberculosis of bone and spine. It is also one of the disorder in the musculoskeletal disorders. So today topic is tuberculosis of bone and spine. So tuberculosis of spine. So today we will discuss about the tuberculosis of spine. It is also called as Pott's spine. So Pott's spine. So tuberculosis of spine also called as Pott's spine, and it is a spinal cord disease occurs when the Mycobacterium tuberculosis reaches to the spinal cord and affect the spinal cord. So Pott's spine and tuberculosis of the spine, it can be caused by the Mycobacterium tuberculosis. So the bacterium can be reaches to the spinal cord and it can be affect the spinal cord. So it is called as there is a tuberculosis of spine, otherwise it is also called as Pott's disease. And the causes and the risk factors. So the causative organism is Mycobacterium tuberculosis, and the spread the lymphatic and hematogenous. So the infection can be spread from the lymphatic system. So from the lymph nodes the infection can be spread, and the hematogenous. So the infection, the Mycobacterium tuberculosis, or it can be present in the blood or it can be transferred from the blood. So the spread of infection from the lymphatic system and the hematogenous from the blood. So the spread can be occur by the lymphatic system, and hematogenous means there is a from the blood the infection can be spread. And next one is commonly associated with the AIDS and the drug addiction, alcoholism. So the commonly it can be tuberculosis of spine, it can be associated with the AIDS and the drug addiction and alcoholism. So it is about the causes and risk factors for the tuberculosis of spine. And next one is pathophysiology. So in this pathophysiology, due to etiological factors. So because of this Mycobacterium tuberculosis and there is a causative organism. So due to etiological factors, the bacilli reach the venous bronchioles and the inflammatory reaction occurs. So the bacteria can be enter into the bronchioles and the inflammatory reaction can be occur. So the bacilli, the bacterium can be reaches to the bronchioles and it can cause the inflammatory reaction occurs. Pathophysiology, due to etiological factors, the bacilli can be reached the bronchioles. So due to Mycobacterium tuberculosis, it can be enter into the bronchioles. So because of this entrance of the Mycobacterium, there is a inflammatory reaction can be occur. So the inflammation can be occur and with polymorphonuclear leukocytes. So there is a polymorphonuclear leukocytes means it is nothing but there is a group of WBC white blood cells. So it become inflamed. So it can be the bacilli reach the bronchioles and there is a inflammatory reaction occur with polymorphonuclear leukocytes. So there is a group of white blood cells, and because of this infection the WBC cells cannot fight against the infection. So because of this there is a presence of inflammation, and next it leads to the bacilli enter in the lymphatic and the blood system. So the bacilli, Mycobacterium tuberculosis can be enter into the lymphatic system and the blood system, and it may be carried to different parts of the body. So the spread of infection can be occur and it can be carried to different parts of the body. So first the bacilli can be enter into the lymphatic system and there is a blood system, and after that it can be spread to the other parts of the body. So next it leads to the bacilli reach in the thoracolumbar spine. because of excessive mobility of the region. The bacilli can be enter into the lymphatic system and the blood system. It can be spread to the different parts of the body, and it leads to the bacilli reach in the thoracolumbar spine because of the excessive mobility of the region. So there is the bacilli can be enter into the thoracolumbar region. So thoracic vertebrae of the spine and the lumbar region of the spine. So the bacilli can be enter into the thoracic spine and the lumbar spine, and there is a excessive mobility of the region. So because of the excessive mobility, so the microorganism can be increase the spreading of the infection to other parts of the body, and it can be leads to the bacteria large in cartilaginous area of the two adjacent vertebrae. So the bacteria can be large, so it can be present in the cartilaginous area of two adjacent vertebrae. So there is a cartilaginous area means there is a cartilaginous, it can be present between two vertebrae, it connect to each other. So the cartilaginous area, it can be present between two vertebrae. So the bacteria can be large in cartilaginous area of two adjacent vertebrae. So the bacteria can be present between the cartilaginous area of the two adjacent vertebrae. And next one is granulomatous inflammation resulting in erosion of margin of this vertebrae. So there is a granulomatous means there is a mass of WBC cells. So there is a mass of cells. So there is a granulomatous means there is a mass of leukocytes. So there is a inflammation can be occur in the WBC cells. So there is a resulting in erosion of margin of this vertebrae. So there is a destruction of the margin of this vertebrae. So the vertebrae can be destruction. So the because of this granulomatous inflammation, there is a erosion can be occur in the margin of this vertebrae. Erosion means there is a destruction can be occur in the margin of the vertebrae, and it leads to the disc degeneration. So disc become degenerated from the normal place to other place. So disc degeneration means, for example, if the kyphosis, so the vertebrae become curved. So it is in the kyphosis the vertebrae, thoracic vertebrae become curved. So like that only in this disc degeneration, the vertebrae become curved, and there is a complete destruction. So there is a complete destruction of the spine. So it can be complete destructed. So it can be leads to the weakening of the trabecular body of the vertebral body. So trabecular body means it can be seen by the microscopically, it can support the vertebrae. So the trabecular body become weak. So it leads to the collapse of the vertebrae. So it can be lead to the collapse of the vertebrae, and it leads to the parts disease. So there is a because of the weakening of the trabecular body. Trabecular body means it is a microscopically we can see, and it can be supposed to the vertebrae, and if become trabecular body is become weakened, and it leads to the collapse of the vertebrae, and it leads to the Pars disease. Pars disease means it is a tuberculosis of the spine. So it is about the pathophysiology. And next one is clinical manifestation. So in this clinical manifestation, it includes the back pain. So the patient will have the severe back pain and the restricted spinal movements. So there is no movement in the spine. So there is a restricted spinal movement can be occur, and there is a severe back pain. And next one is fever and the night sweat. So because of this spinal tuberculosis of the spine, the patient will have the high fever and the night sweat. So during the night time, the patient will have the sweating. And next one is anorexia. There is a loss of appetite. The patient is refused to take the food, and there is a weight loss and fatigue and weakness. So the patient become very tired and very weak, and there is a spinal deformity. So spinal deformity means there is a curvature of the spine. So there is a spinal deformity, and the muscle wasting. So the mass of muscle become weak. So it can be seen in the arms and the shoulders and the legs, and it can be seen in the legs and the arms and the shoulders. So muscle wasting means it is a weakness of the muscle mass. And next is numbness. There is a tingling sensation in the legs or the arms. So if you are continuous sitting for a long period, we will get the numbness. So there is a tingling sensation like a pricking pain, or some pin, is there a pricking pain or like pin pain. So it is called as numbness. So it is become pricking pain or tingling sensation. So next one is bone necrosis. So bone necrosis means there is a death of the tissue cells because of decreased blood supply to the bone. There is a bone tissue can be death. So it is called as bone necrosis, death of the tissue cells, and it can be caused by the decreased blood supply. And next one is osteomyelitis. There is an infection, and it can be caused by it is the infection, it can be caused by the bacteria. So next one is spinal abscess. So spinal abscess means there is a pus formation in the spine. So there is a inflammation can be occur because of the mycobacterium, and in this inflammation it consists of pus. So it is called as spinal abscess. And there is a compressive myelopathy. There is a myelopathy means it can be related to the nervous system. So the nervous system of the spine can be damaged. So it is called as compressive myelopathy. So the nervous system of the spine can be damaged. So it is called as compressive myelopathy. So it is a clinical manifestation includes the back pain and the restricted spinal movements and fever, night sweat and anorexia, weight loss, fatigue and weakness, and spinal deformity, muscle wasting, numbness, and the bone necrosis, osteomyelitis, and the spinal abscess and compressive myelopathy.